Hello, I'm Victor and this is The Junkyard. Today we will be looking at Alligator, a 1980 film that takes one of nature's most fearsome creatures and expertly wields it into an instrument of terror. Oh, and besides starring Robert Forster, it also has a giant alligator. The film starts at a Gatorland-style park where a girl and her family witness a guy getting maimed by the star attraction. Naturally, they buy a baby gator for the kid and take it home. The father then proceeds to flush the gator the moment the kid turns her back. Parenting wasn't invented until 1982. After some opening credits chronicling the Gatorlet's odyssey into the city's sewer system, we cut to a cop, David, answering a call about a missing dog and human arm. The dog's owner claims that while the body looks exactly like her little Caffey, it's about 4 times as big as it should be. We then see Gutchell, an evil pet store owner, going about the shady business of snatching dogs off the street of a suburb in broad daylight, and delivering them to an evil lab, through the main entrance in a van marked with the store's logo, all the while sporting a shirt that is visible from space.
A true ninja can hide even when visible.
Christina, you're supposed to be dressed up as FBI ninja for this line. It's kind of the whole point.
I'm pregnant and it's hot.
Anyway, he takes the dog's evil scientist is killed with science down to an open part of the sewer and starts dumping the corpses. This charming scene is interrupted by a point-of-view monster who chomps down on Gutchell. When chunks of Gutchell start showing up at water treatment, David talks to evil scientist, whose idea of acting innocent is very similar to my idea of horribly disquieting creepiness. Evil scientist, worried about the police, then goes to evil businessman, who brushes him off. Also, apparently evil scientist never stops wearing his lab coat. Wears it to dissect dogs, wears it to meet with his boss. We then cut to... oh god. Look. Not every action hero has to be Tom Cruise, but they don't all have to take their shirts off either. Well, they probably won't do that again. Well, David and the Chief...
David, you can't let that Baldwin Hotel thing throw you. Now, that was 5 years ago, and nobody blames you.
Who apparently smokes a carton a day, talk to some reporters, including Carl Sagan here, who asks a lot of uncomfortable questions. David then heads down to the sewers, bringing Rookie in tow, only taking a short detour to stop the mad bomber what bombs at midday. Down in the sewers, David and Rookie share some interaction and backstory, and we get to like Rookie just enough to make it sort of upsetting when he gets chomped by the title character. As a note in the movie's favor, I thought Forrester did a great job with this scene. It was previously established that David's last partner was killed in the line of duty, and when Rookie was being attacked, Forster managed to flawlessly convey the horror of having to watch helplessly as someone else under his watch died. Anyway, he wakes up in the hospital where... God damn it! He explains about the alligator, and after being doubted by Chief and taunted by Carl Sagan, David goes to see Marissa, a reptile specialist who is just hot enough to be a female lead for this movie. She says alligators don't get that big, meanwhile expressing patient condescension in a way that resembles barely contained laughter. Following a lead from a chatty nurse, Carl goes down to the sewer to investigate.
The cosmos is all that is, or ever was, or ever will be. Our contemplations of the cosmos stir us.
But he gets too distracted taking photos of garbage and gets chomped by the 15-foot gator. Fortunately for the protagonist, he gets some pictures of his killer. Soon everybody is mobilizing to take down the beast, Marissa also coming down to advise. While the cops comb the sewers, David and Marissa share some lukewarm chemistry, and we learn that she was the girl from the beginning of the movie, and that the gator was her pet, Ramon. Oh, I know where this is going. There's going to be a heartfelt reunion, and in the end we'll discover that all the gator really wanted was love. Well, they fail to flush Ramon out into the open. Flush me once, shame on you. Flush me twice, shame on me. But moments after they head home, the gator smashes his way up through the sidewalk and takes a bite out of crime fighter. Then, as David and company try to figure out their next move, Ramon escapes into the local canal. Next day, while the police patrol the waters, Brock, a famous big game hunter and the movie's resident douche, shows up to take over the operation, being insufferably smug the entire time. David, not wanting to work under Brock, enlists the help of Marissa. They go back to Evil Lab and press Evil Scientist for information, which causes Evil Businessman to pull in a favor and get David taken off the force. On his way out, David steals some of the Mad Bomber What Bombs at Midday's stuff and then goes with Marissa and some other guy on a Ramon hunt. Other guy actually survives this scene in what may be the movie's one big surprise. We then cut to corrupt mayor, evil businessman, and evil scientist. Holy crap, has he been wearing a tennis outfit under that coat the entire time? Anyway, Scientist is getting married to Businessman's daughter pretty soon at an outdoor wedding. I'm sure this will be of no importance to the plot. Then cut to David and Marissa trying to establish some more chemistry. This would be more convincing if her face was capable of more than just awkwardly pleasant smiles, frankly. This all leads to... why? Never mind, moving on. Next, Brock enlists a few local black people as native guides. You know, they've really gone out of their way to make us hate this guy. I can't stand it when movie makers do this. It's so awkward. I mean, getting an experienced hunter to help out here would have been a good idea, and having him join up with a local cop and a scientist would have made for an entertaining team.
Though that would have made it a rip-off of Jaws, now that I think about it.
But they needed this guy to be really unlikable, so we'd sympathize with the heroic lead stumbling around the sewer blindly instead of supporting the experienced hunter. It's all academic. Brock gets chomped in the next scene. When David hears the news...
It's his own fault.
Good thing they established Brock as a jerk, otherwise David might have come across as a little bit of a sociopath there.
But this does lead to David and Marissa having a little scuffle, which after a flashback is quickly resolved. By the way, while those two were playing house, Ramon ate a child at a birthday party. Just, you know, putting things into perspective. Generally, romances should build up over the course of a film, not get jammed into the end of the second act, especially when that act is a rampaging alligator. Anyway, with the romantic subplot now out of the way, the two go after Ramon. The police have already spotted Ramon out on the canal and start driving close enough to lob grenades at him. Then this happens.
Somehow, Ramon managed to submerge, reposition himself under the water in a matter of seconds, and then pop back up right in the path of the boat. And he did this apparently knowing that it would ramp off of him instead of bashing into him. Anyway...
Well, we soon hear that Ramon, the giant hyper-intelligent alligator, is headed towards Slade Mansion, aka Evil Businessman Mansion, where the wedding party is taking place. And look, they're serving a buffet! Having already established that he's a semi-aquatic genius, Ramon makes his way to Evil Businessman, who he proceeds to wail on in the name of revenge. If it wasn't actually revenge, then I can't imagine why a gator would spend 2 minutes smashing up a car when there were dozens of slow, fat partygoers flailing around just yards away. Well, Ramon heads back to the sewer where David goes down to blow him up. The two have a final confrontation in the methane-obscured tunnels, and David escapes. The bomb goes off, and...
So this city was basically one sanitation worker with a cigarette away from total annihilation, huh?
Well, Ramon's dead, Evil Businessman and Scientist are dead, David and Marissa live happily ever after, and so does the sewer's newest resident.
Why did nature make one of its ugliest predators have the most adorable babies?
Anyway, this film, despite some lazy characterizations and frankly terrible acting, did have some things going for it. It was well paced, the alligator looked pretty convincing in most scenes, and of course there's nowhere else you could get this much shirtless Robert Forster.
In the end, I found this to be a fun way to spend an hour and a half. Well, this has been Victor with The Junkyard. Thanks for watching and have a good day.
Oh, and if you didn't get the tick reference during the review, try getting some goddamn culture.